What's up all my successful gamers, and welcome back to the Witcher 3 100% walkthrough. So, in the last episode, we figured out that Gran was actually Anna Strenger, the Baron's wife, and if you did some deep investigating, some detective work if you will, beforehand you could see that the figurines matched up. They were the exact same figurines, except that Anna would have been a little shadowy background figure, but they had the exact same pose. So you could actually put two and two together and see that they were indeed the same person. Now, I went ahead and I talked to this armorer here and I crafted all my Griffin armor so we can work towards that achievement. Now, unfortunately, in order to get the full entire set, we have to craft the Griffin steel and silver swords, and we can only do that at a blacksmith, and there is not a blacksmith here. The only blacksmith that will be able to craft these is a master blacksmith, and I think a journey one can do it too, and there's one at Oxenfurt, and there's one in Novigrad. So we're gonna have to do the rest of that later, but Fergus here can craft you your armor. And we'll just go ahead and put the rest of our stuff back in probably the stash, because I want to keep the Nilfgaard armor. Now, something I want to talk about before we talk about what happened with Ciri is that this full armor set is medium armor. So if you really want to maximize this build, I would suggest using this perk right here. So this will basically increase our sign intensity and stamina regeneration by a whopping 20%. So that is really good for a sign build, which now that we got the crossbow achievement, we can respec and start going into a lot of our signs to try to get the Axie achievement. We need this right here. We need Puppet, so we can Axie people, make them kill each other, and we got a long ways to go for that achievement as well. And you can go into any sign you want. I would definitely recommend Igni, because this one's pretty nice for weakening enemy armor. That'll help the fighting elementals later. And as well as going all the way down here for Pyromaniac, because we're going to need it, because we have to light people on fire, poison them, and bleed them all at the same time 10 different times for another achievement down the line. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. I'm gonna go ahead and replace strong back for this right now, and then we need more points into a sign in order to get the puppet, so I'm gonna go ahead and put 3 into that, then go ahead and grab puppet and put that down here. And we still have 3 points left over, so we are looking pretty good there. Now, from the crones, we learned of Ciri's base story, right? We got the first 2 parts. From that story from the crones, we can kind of assume that she ran away from the crones, right? Fell down a mountain where she met the Baron, or I guess I should say the lady that works in the Baron's kitchen, who then they together met the Baron. And now we need to go talk to the Baron, do his little redemption arc, and finally get the last piece of information that we need to piece together Ciri's story. So let's go ahead and go talk to him. And by the way, the little tiny village of Downwarren is safe, but unfortunately the orphans got obliterated by the crones somehow. We don't know exactly how, but we can kind of assume that they got eaten. They got turned into little orphan soup. That's so fucked up. But hey, we play Outlast Trials on the channel, so hey, nothing too gruesome there for us. Baron, I found your wife. She's a slave to the crones. Also, you guys, make sure you play him in Wenti cards. This is like, I think, your last shot at doing so.
Got news of your wife.
Plowing hell, why'd you not say so forthwith? Where is she? Why have you not returned with her?
She's in Crookback Bog. Got food, a place to live, and keeps herself busy. Didn't look like she had the slightest desire to leave.
You were to bring her back, not report on the conditions she lives under.
I was supposed to find her, and I did. That was our deal, nothing more.
You still think me rotten to the core. A base bastard, don't you? You believe I alone am at fault for what happened here.
In truth, yes, Baron, unless you would like to share your
that's
side of the
exactly what I
story.
think.
The world might seem black and white to you witches, but for us common folk, it's shades of grey. As is my family's story.
Probably gonna say you're not the only one to blame. All right then, I'm willing to hear your side of the story.
With Annie, it was love at first sight. A spear tore through my shoulder at the Battle of Anchor. She tended to my wound. Once I'd recovered, I asked her to marry me. She wept with joy. Soon after, Temeria was born. And after that, they sent me to Cidaris. A warlord had risen against King Ethin, and Foltest sent help. It was one battle to the next, one conflict after another. It was a life of war. I was seldom home, and I found comfort in drink. Grew so fond of hooch, I couldn't part with it when I did get home.
So you are a piece of crap.
Still seems like your fault to me.
Will you let me finish?
Sorry, jumped the gun a bit.
All right. What then?
I went from front to front, battle to battle, collecting soldiers' coin, while Anna sat alone with the babe for months. Later, I learned she'd not been so alone after all. For nearly 3 years, she'd found comfort in the arms of one Evan, a childhood friend. A dog's bunghole.
Whore, dude!
One
No, we already knew
tussle
that.
in the hay I'd have waved aside, put it out of my mind. But the woman cuckolded me for years, without a whisker of concern for me, for my love.
How'd you find out?
Came home one day and Anna was gone. Her things too. Found a letter. She wrote that she didn't love me. That she'd left me for that knob licker and taken Temeria with her. Felt like I'd been rammed in the arse by a horse. I went to find the bugger, to get the girls back, bring them home. Yet soon as I saw him, something turned inside me, something dark. I slaughtered the shit-eating twat and fed his carcass to the dogs.
I mean, that's not too much of an overreaction. I'd say most people would do that.
Guess they call you the Bloody Baron for a reason after all.
What?
Your nickname. Makes sense now.
No, that's an entirely different story.
Oh, well. Anyways. But yeah, I mean, you know, people have done worse when they caught their significant others cheating. So I guess you can say that there is definitely fault on both sides.
Imagine Anna wasn't exactly pleased.
Ha! Bloody understatement if I've ever heard one. She flew into a fit, hysteria, threw herself at me, kicking and clawing. Finally grabbed a knife. It would have been the end of me if I'd not leapt aside. It was the first time I hit her.
Damn.
I had to calm her. Felt I had no other means. Things changed. They would never be the same. Anna tried to take her own life, and mine, several times. She would prod me, goad me, taunt me, in the hope I would hit her again, perhaps. She'd scream that I'd robbed her a life of love, that I'd destroyed the idea for her, and so might as well kill her.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up, though.
How many times I apologized.
Both of you guys.
How
Toxic
many
as hell.
armfuls of blooms and gifts I brought. She cared not a bit. 2 years of her anger had turned to indifference, broken at times were her bouts of hysteria and my bouts of drunkenness. Cannot fathom how we survived those years, but we did. Though as you know now, not everything was as it might have seemed.
It's funny what he first said. It reminds me of a show on Netflix called The Ozarks, where dude knew his wife was cheating on her, and he kind of saw. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but I'm going to do it anyway. The cartel basically dropped his wife's lover off a 30-story building, and he kind of saw it, and he's like, damn, the only thing that helps me sleep at night is the fact that I seen your fucking lover fucking cold body hit the pavement. And I thought that shit was hilarious. Anyways, might be a little too extreme. I don't know. But anyway, point being, yeah, definitely you guys seem like you deserve each other.
You're right. Faults on both sides, yours and hers.
I'm content that you finally see that. Very well then. If you won't bring Anna home, you might at least tell me how she landed in that blasted swamp.
Your wife is with the crones, as their servant.
What the fuck do you mean? What crones?
Ones who live in Crookback Bog.
Oh, I've heard folk speak of them, but thought it naught but tales to scare the children with. How on earth did she land there?
They fled by night. They were riding past the forest when a beast serving the crones attacked them and abducted Anna.
A beast? Bloody hell. And Tamara? Was she hurt?
No.
Oh, thank the gods for that. So, Annie? What happened to her?
The creature carried her deep into Crookback Bog. Didn't harm her, though. In fact, Anna seems content there.
Content? What is this tripe, Witcher? What in bloody blazes is she doing in that swamp?
She made a pact with the crones and... well, I think she might have lost her mind.
Definitely.
Pact? What the bloody hell?
Completely nuts.
She
Me
was
and
with
Johnny
child,
agreed.
A child she didn't want to bear. Went to the crones for help. They promised to rid her of the problem in exchange for a year of her service.
Did abortion not exist back then? Should I
And they
not
kept
say
their
that?
word in their own
We don't want to
twisted
talk
way.
about that.
What do you
Probably not a
mean?
word we should talk about.
Anna must have thought the child inside her would somehow disappear. Instead, the crones sapped her of strength and ultimately forced her body to miscarry. I think that's when she started to lose her mind. Then they placed magic tethers on her. Tethers that cause great pain.
Oh,
when
he looks
tested.
so hurt.
The guarantee she'll pay off her debt.
A pact with witches? Bloody nightmare, sounds like some jest. We must get her out. We can't leave her there.
Venturing into the swamp, even with armed men, is just a bad idea. It's a dangerous place inherently, and I think those crones are a greater threat than anyone realizes.
I'll not sit on my arse waiting for them to return her. Would you wait? Count on their mercy if they had your daughter?
Hell no.
Probably not, but I'm a witcher.
And I'm a husband and a father who's fucked up his life and the lives of his loved ones. I'll gather my men, go there and retrieve Anna.
We had a deal. I've done my part. Your turn to do yours.
A word once given. Now what did I last...
Basilisk. It had just attacked you.
Ah, right. Gargantuan. One solid brute. It landed right in front of us. I thought we'd breathed our last.
Watch out!
If I don't survive this, you're to take whatever you want from the fortress.
You'll survive!
Let's show this bastard what...
Attack! I love just zipping around with her, dude. She's so OP. I really hope that CD Projekt Red comes out with a new Witcher game. Not like a remaster, because I know it's been like leaked that it might be a remaster. Which that'd be cool too. I just hope it's a new game and a remaster. Damn. She can't get up there. She's gonna have to use her power and track the wild hunt. All right, it says climb the tower. Don't climb the tower, dude. Just
Damn it.
simply come over
Can't
here.
leave
No
him like that.
cutscene. Cutscene. You can't actually climb the tower. Gotta teleport Ciri. Use your power.
Bring it on,
She's so badass, dude. That's so epic.
You have everything?
Yes, thank you.
What you did for me, I shall never forget it.
I certainly hope not. It's brought me no small trouble.
Meaning?
I must flee. Wraiths pursue me. The Wild Hunt. I was foolish to use the power. They're sure to have caught my scent.
The Wild Hunt? Pursuing you?
I'll endanger all of you by remaining here. You must tell the people to bar their doors and windows. And no one is to wander the night.
And you? Where do you think you're going?
Now, I ride for Novigrad. And then, who knows where.
So our story will lead us to Novigrad.
She mounted and rode off. It grew awfully empty without her.
Redanian armies blocked the Pontar crossing, yet you sent Ciri to Novigrad.
She was looking for a sorceress, and all of them are in Novigrad. Besides, I didn't leave her at the Redanians' mercy. I gave her a letter of safe conduct.
Who was the letter to?
No one. It was like this one. Show that to those pricks at the crossing, and they'll let you pass.
This for me?
See no reason to make things harder for you. You seek your child, this letter will help.
Where'd you get these letters?
Haven't always led this pack of jesters. Served in the Temerian army once.
Redanians guard the crossing.
True, but with a bit of fame and a friend here and there, well, banners and heraldry don't mean so much.
So there's a chance Ciri's still in Novigrad. Thanks for helping her.
It's nothing. Now you've learned what you wanted to know, you must be in a hurry. But, if you could...
Spit it out.
I want to go get Anna. Free her, bring her back. I don't believe she's there willingly.
Must have not heard me. Any journey into the swamp is suicide.
I heard you, which is why I could use your aid. I've no more tales of Ciri to offer you, but go with me and I'll be generous with what I do have. Very generous.
Alright, you guys, let's finish his little redemption arc here. Let's go. Let's help him save his wife. Plus, we owe the Crones a
Extra
little
coin
something,
never
too.
earned.
Ha! True indeed. I'll round up my men and ride to Downwarren. You can join us there.
Fine. Sounds good.
There you are! Escaped again. I'm sorry, I knew this never.
How fucking random is that?
What was that?
Like, that's so random.
You tell me. Man or monster? My men call him Uma and say he's a beast, but he seems a man to me. Just hideous as Ardle's shit.
Uma. Strange name.
Aye, strange. But he gave us no other.
You mean he can talk?
Hardly. It was like this. I asked what they called him. He sat there, not saying a thing, trying to stick a toe up his nose. So I grabbed his hand, looked him in the eyes, and asked, "What's your name?" Gave me this damned foolish look and stammered, "Oh, Uma?" And it stuck.
Doesn't look like a monster, but my medallion's trembling. Strange. Where'd you find him?
Funny story, actually. I won him in a game of cards.
Must have been pretty desperate to play for that.
Ah, quit your carping, smart ass. Someone wagered him, and we played. If anyone was desperate, it was the bugger's former master.
Funny story. How so?
Went to Novigrad once to rest, indulge in the city's pleasures. Stayed at a tavern, and some folk there were playing, so I joined in. Cards were kind that day. Had one devilish hand after another. Robbed the whoresun's blind. One fellow, a merchant, took it especially hard. He'd gambled away everything he'd brought from Skellige. Wanted terribly to play another hand, so I agreed. Asked him what he had to wager, and he showed me that sideshow. Not much in it for me, but fuck it, I thought. I'll give the man a chance to win something back. Luck was not with him, and Emhyr wound up here at Crow's Perch. End of story.
Hilarious. Real side splitter.
Oh, you wouldn't know a good tale from a runny fart.
Proper baron now. Even got a jester.
Aye, though I feel something's not right with him.
How so?
Well, he seems more beast than man. But there's wisdom, cunning in the bastard's eyes. Or maybe I'm imagining it. Ever run into anything like him?
No, but he doesn't look dangerous.
I guess that's that. Doesn't eat much, so as long as he's no trouble, the boys might as well have some diversion.
Time I was on my way. So long.
Farewell. I hope you find your daughter. And prove a good father to her.
Alright, guys, but we're actually going to meet him in the swamp, so I'm gonna go ahead and fast travel over there and meet you guys there. We gotta see it through, Geralt. We gotta see it through.
I'll tell you where the loot's at.
Your mate split the loot.